when we go. Okay. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Mosk Pod. We are continuing our guest series. Unfortunately, Leonora from Give Grant couldn't make it today, so we have a backup plan, and we hopefully will have Leonora next week. Today's a very special episode because it's number 30 and our last milestone of the Mosk Pod, because we only have um, counting this, we have two more after this before we are done for the semester, but done with the Moss Pod overall. It's getting very emotional, and don't really want to think about it. Because senior stuff, and then suddenly, it just hurries up, and we're quickly out of here. But the Moss Pod has been a huge success for the past year and a half. Want to thank all the viewers every week and the continued success we have had throughout the whole journey. Um, Thank you again, by the way, to Tyler last week who made on for our guest appearance. We'll sort of have the same conversations today, just have an open-ended, conversation based podcast show, and then I can update you at the end with all the sports going on, because I know this is a sports slash guest related podcast. So at the end, I will run down quickly all the updates in sports going on, especially Iona, because spring sports, especially have started. So it's a busy time, workload, every day grinding. We got the sports going on, we got events on campus, a lot going on these days. And I actually want to thank the person who came today, because, well, her name's Jackie. Um, she, I had to respond, or write to her late today, because Leonora texted me early this morning saying she was sick and couldn't make it. That's what we do. We're flexible. We just reach out, see if they can make it, and then you know, uh, luckily it happened. And if it didn't, again, we had a backup plan. But it's always great to have guests on and learn from them different things. So yeah, I'll get right into it. Um, so Jackie, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me on here.
I'm very good, and I'm so glad we could work this out today.
Thank
Um,
you.
and I'm also glad you're here for the 30th,
Yeah.
third milestone. I consider every 10 a milestone, because 30. Um, we've had three. It's a good mark to hit every now and then. Um, so do you want to and not to pressure you or anything from the start, do you want to explain a little about who you are? Sort of, you can explain who you are first, and then we can get into the other questions going forward.
Okay. So my name's Jackie, as Ethan already said. I'm a freshman here at Iona. I'm from Maryland. Yeah. I'm a part of the fashion club, and I'm also a part of Gale Guides. And yeah.
And why did you choose to come to Iona in the first place?
I chose to come to Iona because I really like New York. I definitely am a little bit of a city girl, and I like to go on the subway and things like that. A couple of weeks ago, no, maybe a week ago, I went to the city and I learned the subway routes and things like that. My grandfather also went here back he graduated in 1954. So he from 48 to 54. So I kind of wanted to, come here because he went here as well. So, it was good signs to come.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the city overall?
I really like the city. It can be kind of interesting sometimes. Sometimes I'll see a rat and I'll be like, "Oh, this is lovely," but other times I just really enjoy the environment and walking around. And I'm very fast paced. I don't know, I think I'm talking a little too fast, but that's what kind of I like to do. So yeah, it's very cool. I go to the Met and museums, and I kind of try to learn things and things like that. So
Yeah, that's awesome. You don't have sort of that in Maryland. You're from Maryland, you
yeah,
said?
yeah, I'm from Maryland. I'm from
Okay.
Ellicott City. Yeah.
Yeah. yeah, New York City. I'm from Connecticut myself.
Yeah,
It's a special trip to go into the city
it
every
is.
now and then. See the tall buildings, the no,
Um,
even seeing the honking and everything.
yeah,
That's part of the city right there.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
It is.
Yeah,
And it's a good experience.
it's
Very lucky.
it's very walkable too.
Yeah, it is. I love walkable cities. And I don't have my car here, so that's all I got to do.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very accessible. Um, we've actually had an entertaining last few weeks.
Mhm.
We were talking about before we started the show, highlighting the solar eclipse, and we had that previous Friday an earthquake.
Yeah.
Um, that was wild. I was in the library,
Oh,
not
okay.
expecting that at all.
Yeah.
Um,
I was in class. I
yeah,
was in my intro to criminal justice class. Oh yeah, I'm a criminal justice major, sorry.
that's okay.
And yeah, I was in my criminal justice class and the earthquake had happened and my teacher he just went through the entire class and then he like someone interrupted and was like, "Oh, we just had an earthquake." And I had thought maybe it was like the wind or something cuz like that Wednesday or something there was a really heavy storm. So I just kind of assumed it was the wind. But that was my first earthquake. It was kind of exciting. Um, and then I remember the same day, like maybe 5 hours later, I heard there was aftershock, and I felt that as well. So that was pretty cool. Um, well, not cool, but like very new experience.
Yeah, I don't. I think I did feel it.
Yeah,
I talked to everyone, and they do not know what I'm talking about
yeah,
the after effect of the earthquake.
you know.
Yeah, that it wasn't anything related to the first one, but like you could definitely feel it.
I felt it was definitely a crazy week because we had a storm, which my room actually, like, flooded because of that, because the
Oh,
rain hit so hard
wow.
that yeah, I know, my poor carpet. But, we persevered, we had some towels, and then the earthquake and then the solar eclipse, which we saw on the Murphy Green, which was a lot of fun. It was my first solar eclipse because I didn't get to see the one in 2017 because I was, like, I didn't have the glasses and things like that or access
Hmm.
to stores to buy one. So this time was very different, but I unfortunately didn't wasn't one of the lucky people to get one of those glasses that the school was giving out. So I kept like telling my friends, I was like, "Can I have it, please? Just let me have it. Like, let me have a glasses," because I was so excited.
Hmm.
And it was very cool. It was a new experience. I also did a tour during. I'm a Gale guide, and I did a tour
Oh,
during the eclipse. And they kind of like the vibe. They're like, "Yeah, this is good. This is fun."
yeah. It was actually very crowded. I never seen.
You know.
I would go as far as saying I would. One of the times that I'd never seen like campus that crowded before.
Yeah,
Honestly,
no. Yeah, no, it was definitely, like, out of a movie with all the people with the footballs and the playing soccer, and then everyone just kinda froze in time watching the, eclipse.
for sure.
I wanted the
Um,
popcorn that they had, but the line was too long.
it everything was it was packed there.
Definitely.
Um, no, a great day though. You definitely see the effect. It got dark and same thing with me. Honestly, I didn't make it until what 2 o'clock or something.
Yeah,
It was long. The glasses were long.
yeah,
Sold out.
yeah.
Um, overly crowded. Yeah, I honestly don't remember the solar eclipse from 2017 either.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, seeing this one, it was incredible.
It definitely was.
And the glasses I did borrow, yeah, I saw the moon actually moving
Yeah.
across the sun. That I obviously didn't want to stare at the sun.
Yeah,
But it was incredible. It was
yeah.
a cool
I
scene.
definitely accidentally stared at the sun, just accidental, not on purpose, but, nothing happened, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. I've heard, yeah,
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
heard
definitely.
stories. Um, so yes, we learned why you came to Iona and everything happening. Do you want to explain a little bit about what you're sort of involved in or a member of
Yeah,
around
so
there?
I'm a part of the fashion club. We practice in Burke Lounge, and on April 26th, we have a fashion show that we're gonna be doing, and we're gonna be showing off clothes from designers and things like that, and like a regular fashion show that you'd see in like the city or anything like that. I'm really excited for that. I've been working on that for a while.
Mhm.
I'm also a part of the criminal justice club, but like I haven't gone to a lot of their meetings in a while,
Mhm.
because I've been so busy. I'm also a Gale Guide, and yesterday we had Accepted Students Day, so that was a tiring day.
And yeah,
Yeah.
how did that go?
It went well. We had a lot of students. I had a lot of tours, which was good. And yeah, it rained halfway through. It was like a storm, and
Mm.
then it just became 70 again. It was crazy. And then I'm also involved in like the midnight run with you, Ethan.
Yes.
Yes, that's exciting.
That's something I actually hit up last week, and I want to we could talk like shortly about that.
Mhm.
It's an incredible experience. Are you on the Gale service
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah. And I'm trying to work on right now currently with like Brother Devlin and things like that to
Okay.
kind of help with the on-campus food pantry.
Oh,
Yeah, and so
that's a
that's what.
big one.
Yeah, it is because he came to our class and he talked about how there's so little students who come, and I feel like we could definitely do a lot of promotion towards, like, flyers and things like that, so that's, like, kind of my main thing I'm working on, along with, like, going on midnight runs and things like that.
And there's one more midnight run this semester, right?
There is. When's the next one?
Um, it's it's the day before then, so like May 2nd, I
May
think.
s Oh, okay, that's fabulous.
Yes,
Yeah, I wasn't able to go to the April 11th one because
totally fine.
I know, but I do love going on midnight runs, and I love the environment, and I love meeting the people too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. And
definitely.
feeling good about yourself, just providing them,
Mhm,
just making their day, making conversation.
definitely.
That's sort of in relation to what I experienced on two mission trips I've been on
Oh,
throughout my own career. Um, it's sort of which made me strive to, do community service and
yeah,
help out that way. Definitely got me motivated to get involved, I would say.
yeah, that's good.
That's been the past year and a half for me, basically.
Did you go on Kairos?
I did not.
You did not? No, I haven't gone on Kairos either.
I I've heard nothing but good things. So
Yeah, I know, I saw your Instagram, you did go somewhere over spring break, right?
Jamaica, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you look so cute.
Oh, thank
And you
you.
with all your yes, and all the little kids, that was so sweet.
They were amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Creating bonds with them, everything.
that's
I
good.
actually have connections
Mhm.
with the nurse who takes care of them down in Jamaica. So um, who knows if in the future I'll get back down there, but
Yeah,
just knowing that they're there and stuff makes me feel good.
that's good, that's good.
um, yes, I definitely recommend though.
Mhm.
Jamaica, they're offering it every year.
Yeah,
I've been to Brownsville as well. That
yeah,
was uh right, the year 2023. It was January though. So it was, over a year ago now.
yeah.
Um that was my first mission trip. Jamaica actually took it to another level though. With the support and everything. The people running it were like family, and every day we got to visit the neurodivergent communities,
Yeah,
work with disabled people.
that's good.
It was special. Um, yeah,
Yeah, that's
uh,
good, I'm glad you got to do that. It seems like you
yes,
had a good
and
time.
Iona's really good at that actually.
They
Offering
are.
these service opportunities.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you one more? Are you going to Thursday's event? It's I forget what it's called. It's something about relating to homelessness and stuff. It's
The midnight run?
it's sort of like that.
Sorta like that?
So
I know, I think I was on Helper Helper
it's on Thursday, yeah.
on Thursday. I think I saw let me sorry.
It's
Let me get the
so
link for
yeah,
you.
you just get a brief presentation, and you feel it's like sleeping like
Yeah.
on the field or something.
Yeah, I know. I think I know what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
don't think I'm doing it on Thursday because I think I have a lot going on,
Yeah.
but I also it was on Helper Helper. I don't know if I know I saw something about it, and it was like a cute little there was like a flyer for it.
Mhm.
But no, I don't think so.
No, it's okay.
But knowing that there's gonna be another midnight run on the 2nd, because I assumed that the 11th one was the last one, I'll definitely go to the 2nd.
Yes.
Yeah.
That usually comes out like a week and a half, 2 weeks before.
Mhm.
I'll definitely be on the lookout too, as it's my final one.
Yeah, no, you're
Um,
you're you're definitely a veteran. I've seen you there a lot.
I try to go to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, it's a good feeling. Yeah, to
yeah,
do. Yeah, and
that's good.
let's see. Um, Oh yeah, you got the you are you part of spring weekend with the fashion show?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
that's on the 26th, right?
26, yeah.
Um, so do you want to explain a little about that, or?
Yeah, so we're from 6 to 9. Like, tickets are so right now they're $5, and then they'll be $20 at the door. Um, and then kinda like what we're gonna be doing is, like I said, like, walking for designers. It's gonna be from 6 to 9. It's gonna be a while, but, I
Mhm.
mean, it's gonna be definitely worth it. Um There's, gonna be I think there's a DJ. I don't know if there is. I know they're kinda, like, talking about, like, there's, like, some DJ happening. I don't know if they've announced it or anything like that. Um, this is gonna be my first spring weekend, so I'm really in the
Mhm.
dark, and this is gonna be my first fashion show too since I'm new. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited for it, kinda nervous, but, I mean, you're nervous for everything, so
No, for
it'll be
sure.
fine. Yeah.
Um, no, and then I actually worked. I didn't work the fashion show. I'll
Mhm.
try to. I help out Gab, for
Yeah.
community service hours as
Yeah,
well.
definitely.
Um, and spring weekend, I actually got in for free. I'll be honest. That was the key.
Yeah.
Working. We did work multiple hours for it, but doing that and then experiencing the concert, it was kind of cool. A little
Yeah.
underwhelming with the artists we had.
Yeah.
But I saw the flyer. Do you know who the performer is this
No,
year?
no, I don't. I
I
don't think
didn't
it
see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either. I was, like, under the impression that there would be one since, like, I mean, I am in the dark, so I don't really know.
Hmm.
But I was hearing, like, about last year's one. I heard he was really bad, though. I didn't know
It,
that.
it was okay. It wasn't anything, yeah,
Anything too
special.
special? No. Yeah, no, I don't
No.
know what's gonna happen. But I don't know. The fashion show's gonna be there, so if there's a DJ, there's gonna be more chairs, so
Hmm.
that's gonna be exciting.
I think I forget if they had one uh like COVID hit, and then
Oh, yeah, COVID.
did they
I have no
I
idea.
forget if that was the first one last year after COVID.
I think I think they had one during COVID because I know that my RA, she has, like, a picture on her floor, and
Okay.
it's of her at the fashion show because she's the secretary,
Hmm.
and she has, like, a mask on,
Oh.
and, like, one of my friends has a mask on in the fashion show, so I'm assuming that they kinda did it during COVID. I don't know if it's, like, maybe like, after COVID
Hmm.
that they had the masks on where there was still a little bit of precautions,
Definitely.
but I definitely think they had some type of, like, protection during the fashion show
Hmm.
at that time. I don't know when it was. Um, but yeah, I don't think we're not gonna have that this time, no.
No. For sure. We've
No,
we've
we've
totally
been well
gotten over
past
that.
that, yeah,
Yeah. That was crazy times. I'll
definitely.
be honest. The Iona experience during COVID, that was not ideal, right?
Yeah, no.
I moved in and I always tell people this. The only thing that was opened every day was Vitanza,
Oh, wow.
the dining hall.
Yeah.
And no, I think that was it. Like library was open for printing like one at a time sort of thing. You
Oh,
had to
wow.
like book a schedule to print out something,
Oh,
like a
wow.
5-10 minute slot or something.
Mhm,
That was really the only thing open. So we were in our rooms doing Zoom every day.
mhm.
There was actually one point, um, it was second semester, of my freshman year. Uh, they actually sent us home for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Um, so nothing much changed from that because we did have Zoom access and all that.
yeah.
Um, but just you know, uh, paying for housing and all that, and not being there half of the semester.
Oh, wow, you still had to pay for housing?
Yeah,
Wow.
because I was living in the dorms. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
it it was one roommate. That's the only person I knew. My first 2 years here. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, it took a while to adjust from that. Um, how did COVID go for you? You were in high school,
Yeah,
right?
I was in high school. So I was a freshman in high school, just like you,
Hmm.
just 4 years apart.
You're right.
And it was I wish that it didn't happen because, like, as you said, I got 2 weeks off. It was around spring break, so everyone was really excited. Excuse me, sorry.
Hmm.
And we were on there, we went online eventually after a good, like, month we were home. I didn't like being home because I like being home, but I didn't because, you know, I have a brother, it can get kind of stuffy, like crowded, like, and I had 2 dogs, so I just didn't really want to be like in all that. But I did fine. Um, and then after a year, we had like online class, and I definitely think I was stunted, um, like socially because
Mhm.
I didn't really talk to many people because I was inside, and then I didn't really, like, have a lot of good social skills. I also definitely think, like, I would've matured a lot more if I still had freshman year of high school and had sophomore year of high school because my entire sophomore year was Zoom.
Yep.
So, I definitely think I wish it didn't happen, but over the summer going from sophomore to junior year, like, something just snapped, and I progressively just got, like, thank God, but I, like, got a job,
Yep.
like, did all of this, like, got my permit all within a summer and kinda just, like, really rushed the process from that should have been freshman and sophomore year, and I just rushed it in a good 2 months, and, I guess I'm kinda lucky because I was able to develop those social skills, but I feel like if I had had it freshman and sophomore year, it would've been a lot easier. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had that. No, I basically had the same, but
Yeah.
freshman year, seeing people's names on the Zoom call, without showing their faces
Yeah.
was very hard to um get adjusted to get to see who they actually are.
Yeah.
Um, it's obviously different in person now. You get to know basically everyone.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just y- absolutely right with the rushing the process.
Yeah.
Definitely applies to.
Yeah, I feel like I would definitely be a different person now if I
Yes.
had had those 2 years to kinda develop than I am. And I just question, like, who would I be and how would I be acting right now if COVID never happened?
Hmm.
Sometimes, it can be a blessing and a curse. I had that time to kinda, like, settle and, appreciate, like, social and life and things like that. Um, but, now that we're back, I just don't want it to go away. I don't think I can do that.
Um, and one other question related to that. How was your connection with the teachers during COVID when you were online?
So I did well online. Everyone did well online though.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a little
we
different. Yeah.
yeah, it was a little different. But I thankfully had some connections. A lot of the teachers were understanding that we were in this kind of situation. Um, I had like some teachers who became really close friends with me and my family, so that kind of helped me kind of keep a connection with my like teacher life.
Okay.
Um, but thank God, once we went back into school, I was able to make connections with my teachers junior and senior year so I could be able to have, like, recommendations for college and things like that.
Mhm.
Um, and, I still talk to a lot of them today still, even the ones during COVID, so
That's good.
yeah.
And how do you like most importantly, how do you like the professors here at Iona?
I like the professors here at Iona. I like how there's, like, different variety of them and different teaching styles, and it definitely helps me, like, become equipped to, like, new forms of teaching and forms of studying.
For sure.
I've, like, noticed that I've definitely changed throughout the years, like, back in high school, I would never study, and now I'm kinda, like, locking in
Mhm.
and studying, like, really hard, and it's very different, and, like, I'm absorbing all this knowledge, and, like, it's quite different for me,
Mhm.
and so the professors are very good, and I very much can understand what's going on. I just have to keep applying myself, and I'll do well, which I have been noticing, which is really good, so, yeah.
For sure. Um, and it takes adjustments at the
Yeah.
beginning
No,
too
definitely.
to get used to who the professor actually is. Some are more um I I wouldn't say welcoming, but like
Yeah.
maybe welcoming than others.
Some are definitely a little outdated, but that's okay.
It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely there's good professors. I mean, I could argue that every professor is a good professor. It's just the way they teach that's like not a way that you could like kind of grasp. So you
They
never know.
they really know their material though.
Yeah, yeah, they
At
do
the
know the
end of the day.
material. Yeah, like you'll be like trying to study on your own, and they'll be like, "No, you did that wrong. You did that wrong," and they just definitely know. They just sometimes can't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all a learning process
it
though.
is. It is.
Definitely. Totally agree with that. Last thing before I wrap up into my sports section, just to quickly go over that.
Okay.
I did want to, and I may have added this to the sheet, but
Mhm.
I did want to do top 3 moments at Iona
Okay.
for your freshman year, and I'll say mine throughout
Okay.
either senior year or throughout my Iona career.
Are you excited to graduate?
I I guess it's been a crazy 4 years, right?
It has, definitely.
Um I I don't know. I don't really feel I feel like mid-semester mode right now.
Yeah.
That it's not coming to an end, even though I know it is.
Yeah.
I still have so many papers and the essays left.
Yeah.
And before you know it, final exams are here.
Oh, okay.
Um,
You don't have senioritis yet?
nah,
No.
I'm really I'm still in semester mode.
Oh. Yeah. What's
Um,
your major again, Ethan? I'm sorry.
I'm mass communications.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
so I
good.
do a lot of camera work. This is actually how I got involved.
Oh, okay.
I did a radio production class, which I had to take as
Yeah.
part of a digital production major.
Okay.
So I had to do podcasts every week, which is kind of why I kept it going.
That's good. That's good.
And then I actually got involved with ESPN for an internship and started doing live production for them. During Iona basketball games.
Yeah.
All sports related stuff.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I've gotten into that lately.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you. And podcast has definitely,
Yeah, no.
motivated me to keep going.
No, this seems a lot of fun.
But did you quickly want to go through our top 3?
Go through our top 3? Okay.
Yeah.
You go through your top 3 first, what I think.
Okay. Let me actually pull up my computer
Okay,
while we're
cool.
getting that, because I do have stuff on it.
I don't know. I have to like bring my brain back to first semester and second semester.
So I started last week saying the differences were solar eclipse, earthquake, and definitely more service projects making a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously, or not obviously, but like mission trips went really well.
Yeah.
That's not something that you always get to experience.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see though. I think I did have the internship down because that was important.
Yeah, that's very good.
Let's see. Also being on the neurodiversity e-board this year.
Yeah.
That was my first e-board, so
that's also the club I'm a part of. I forgot.
And yeah. People already know. I've had autism my whole life, so just, getting over that. Island's key for that.
Yeah, you guys did the pumpkin.
We did.
Yeah,
you
that
were
was
there,
fun.
right?
Yes, I was there. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, for sure. We had a really good attendance that day.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we have a collab with QSA. The QSA club. It's a little painting event. And then Friday we have our end of the semester party.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It's been interesting though. A couple key moments there.
Yeah. All right. Did you get your 3?
Yes.
All right. Do you want me to say mine or you want to say yours?
If you want to start.
Okay, cool. So my first 3 would probably be very awkward like time though. It would be like the first day of school because I met my best friend like that day. Her name's Daniela, and I had met her, Daniela and Eileen, and I had met them at orientation. Like I don't know, orientation, like September, kind of trying to get to know everyone. So that's one of my top. And then I went to the Metropolitan for the first time ever. Also the first time in the city. And I actually got lost in the Metropolitan because I went with a class and they had walked away. And I got lost and I just kind of like explored the Met, which was one of my top. That was a lot of fun. And then I think I went to Rockefeller Tree, which I thought was a lot of fun. But that was a lot of, I went to Rockefeller Tree for the first time and I went to like see the cute lights and everything.
Mhm.
So definitely a lot of times going to the city with my friends, and then meeting my friends, which I think I was really happy to have and appreciate. Um, and yeah, so those are my
That's
top 3.
that's
Sorry.
amazing, yeah. And
Thank you.
you got 3 years to build on that too.
Yes, and fashion club, that's
And
2.
Fashion Club,
That took a lot of confidence just to try out, so I'm proud I did it.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
thank you.
Um, I would say, um, I think definitely one is going on mission trips for a week. It is away from school. You get to go with I would say roughly they've had about 7 to 8 in a group the last couple of years after COVID. So going on that definitely changed my whole experience
Yeah.
or whole side of that. Um, I would say certainly working um for Iona Sports has also been key. Um, my third, I think honestly getting used to this production field because it took me it actually took me 2 years and then I just fit in classes with production and got used to that and got really into that
Yeah.
finally. So I think doing more interviews and stuff with certain athletes around campus at Iona went pretty far last year with their basketball programs, so doing interviews on that at Atlantic City and even prior to the tournament was pretty cool, honestly. Um, Getting those interviews done though, it was actually a final project, so I kind of had to, but it was pretty incredible. I got to do 3 soccer players, and I would say yeah, 3 or 4 basketball players. It was a mix of men and women basketball team. Um, so yeah, just doing more interviews. Even going forward will be important, I think. Um, so yeah. Uh,
Those were a good 3.
Thank you, thank you. Are you into sports by any chance?
I I am a little bit into sports. My best friend got me into soccer. I got into basketball during the season.
Hmm.
Now, if you ask me anything about the rules or anything like that, don't quote me. Like I just yell when other people yell, but I will understand a little bit.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
yeah.
Do you have favorite teams?
Um, I love Porto, EC Porto,
Hmm.
which is a soccer team.
Okay.
And I like basketball. I like the Lakers.
Hmm.
I'm also into track. I actually used to do track when I was in high school. I was a sprinter, so I definitely, if you talk about that, I know about that.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's as far as my knowledge can go.
That's fine. That's fine. Today I was actually gonna hit up MLB, which is baseball.
Oh yeah,
Because the season, it's 2 weeks in now, just
yeah,
started. And we also got basketball because we are entering the playoffs this week.
yeah,
So the regular season's actually done now.
yeah.
We start tomorrow with the playoffs. I'm a big basketball fan myself, if I'm being honest. Brooklyn Nets, but we
Mm.
aren't in the playoffs, so I'm very disappointed in that. Um, and we also have what do we have? We have the NHL coming to a season, the hockey league. Um, Actually, the New York Rangers, local New York Rangers fans. I know you should be hyped. y- next few games actually, to be able to clinch the number 1 seed, would be a major accomplishment and looking good for the playoffs going forward. It's been a great season for the Rangers. Also at MSG with the Knicks, so uh, a little fight there because I think we had 250-win teams this past season with the Knicks and the Rangers. Definitely not a Knicks fan, but looking good for you guys in the playoffs. As you did clinch the number 2 seed last night. Um, with with baseball, before I get into the basketball, yeah, we have a little time here. So I am going to hit the Mets first since I'm more into the Mets than the Yankees. Um, I I've seen a lot from the New York Mets this past week. Um, the offense, the pitching, it's all coming along. I know we are only 2 weeks in, and the Mets started out 0-5, it, which is really not good. Um, Last place, obviously 0-5. Now they're third place in the NL East. After getting to a 7-8 record, now 8-9, I think. They got the good Pittsburgh Pirates coming in this week. Pete Alonso's been crushing baseballs out here. 4 home runs this past week. Bader had a clutch single. He was a big acquisition. Nimmo, Stewart, Taylor, Beatty, Lindor, even getting the crowd hyped. I saw that. I think he really needed that to get going because Lindor was in a huge struggle. He has this big contract going for the Mets, and he's with them for the next, I would say, 6-7 years on his contract left. He definitely needs to pick it up, and he'll be here for the long run with the Mets. We saw a good performance last night out of Jose Buto. Arguably, I would say the best start the Mets have had this season from a starting pitcher. He went 6 innings, having 9 Ks and only allowing 2 hits and 1 walk. The 1 walk didn't come to hurt him, and the 2 hits didn't come to hurt him. Hurt him. As he, yeah, didn't give up any runs this start. And the bullpen has been amazing. Their strongest part, as expected. Top talent in the Mets bullpen. The Yankees still tops in the MLB, one of the best records. Their starting pitching has been pretty good. Nestor Cortez is the only downside really this season. Really needs to get it going there. Uh, he had a weird delivery. This pitch, he went sideways. Um, he pitched weirdly. It was really funny actually to watch. I know it didn't go against him or anything, but yeah, I don't recommend pitching like that honestly. Judge actually hit one 450 feet, so upper it would be upper deck in Yankee Stadium. Uh, and they were in Cleveland, really to the back of the stadium there too. Uh, Home runs in 30 of 30 ballparks, so anywhere it's a home run. Volpe, Verdugo, Soto have been really good offensively. Yankees still tops, even though they didn't sweep the Guardians this past week. As mentioned, the Nets are officially out. Uh, you can build around Cam Thomas. I saw a lot of the rookie Clowney, Wilson, Whitehead. I don't recommend building around Bridges or Johnson just because they haven't shown enough consistency. We expected more out of them, and they are disappointing a little bit. We know Bridges plays all season long, every game. Johnson can't say the same for, really. Knicks, great job this season again, clinching number 2 seed. They'll play the winner of Heat versus Sixers in the play-in. And loser of that goes on to play the who we got the Hawks and the who do we got? The Hawks and the Bulls. I actually saw the Bulls in person last week. They didn't look too good, but they look good enough for a playing spot as the number 9 seed in the East. Celtics still going strong. Boston, yeah, they're the king of the year in the East this year. Definitely expect them to go far and have a chance at winning this championship as they are title favorites this year. your Lakers, they are, they're still in the hunt this year. Uh, they got the Pelicans in the play-in, so they only have to win this next if if they win tomorrow, they get into the playoffs. So that should be good. I don't think anyone wants to face them because they are a threat in the playoffs. They
Yeah.
can go far.
Yeah, they are. They can.
LeBron James, still part of the Lakers, balling out every night. Uh, Top scorer in history. Can't say much more. He's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And still doing it too at age 38, I think. It's crazy. And he has his son coming into the NBA now, so hopefully we could see them be teammates. That would be something to see a father son duo in the NBA at one time. At the same time. March Madness we had end last week. Last a week ago from Sunday, I think it was. UConn won, so
Yeah.
congrats to them. Second year in a row. Iona actually played UConn the previous year. That we made the tournament. Put on a good show. UConn definitely overpowered us in the second half. Um, I would say as expected because they are one of the top or now number one seed top school in the nation. It's good to have UConn nearby. Uh, I'm a Connecticut native. It's good to have UConn right in Stanford, but also right in Stores, which about a 2 hour drive from my house. It's pretty far, but I have one in Stanford, so that's pretty cool. Um, WNBA, the Women's Basketball League. Gotta recognize them. Their draft is tonight, and top star Caitlin Clark is gonna go most likely, and I would say 100% number one pick. Um, Crazy college stats this year, scoring like 40 a game. It's absolutely crazy. She gets triple doubles and in rebounds and assists and obviously points. And Angel Reese from uh, she shoot what team? I think she's LSU or no, not LSU. South Carolina or something. But she's going top 10 in the pick two. Um, and that should be good. Really top talent coming out of college. You also got Edie in the men's side. Klingon I saw from UConn. He's going to be entering the draft. And we'll see if these guys come through in the NBA. Should be good. Hopefully Iona future stars too. Look out for them. Danish Jenkins, Walter Clayton in the future. I would say two of our players last year doing really well at Florida and St. John's this year. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to hit up today. We definitely will hit up more in our last 2 weeks. I want to thank Jackie again for coming today.
Thank you so much, Ethan. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Did you have any last comments or remarks you wanted to make on today's episode?
No, I this is my first ever podcast, and this was really exciting. I had a lot of fun. I was really nervous in the beginning, but I'm chill now. So thank you.
You handled it like a pro. What
Thank
can I
you.
say? Yeah, of course. So a few updates before we close out. Leonora from Give Grant, we should be having a collab on this podcast for our 31st episode next week, the 22nd of April. And crazy how the month is flying by, how the semester is flying by. Um, let's not think about that. Let's take it day by day and, handle our business, honestly. Neurodiversity party next week. We got events Tuesday and Friday. On my list, I actually put the fashion show. Uh, Go watch Jackie. Go watch her team. The 26th of April and spring weekend overall.
Yeah.
You got the 25th, the Friday little party. 27th with the concert. Whoever that will be. Should be a good experience.
Yeah.
You got Thursday's event too. You also got I was notified about a few concerts on Thursday and Friday that I actually have to attend for extra credit, so you'll see me there. But I heard that was coming up. And again, look forward to next week with Leonora as we continue our sort of streak of guests on this show on a weekly basis. Uh, and then for our last week, after next week, I am planning to get Vincenzo, my friend Vincenzo, who I met on a mission trip, and he was on our first ever episode of the Mosk Pod. So he's been back twice, but it will be good to get him back for the last one, first and last. Rattling out the the first and last episodes. And that will be finalized soon, and I'll get you updated on that. And hopefully that can work out. As we come to a very emotional close to the Moss Pod. Again, it's been an amazing year. I guess a year and a half to 2 years now. 30th episode. I actually didn't want to forget. I do have something for number 30. Steph Curry jersey. His number is 30.
Oh.
There you go. Wear that every year. When the Warriors are in the playoffs. Not my favorite team, but favorite player. Steph Curry. I moderate my game after 3-point shooting now. And he's my idol for the NBA. So I'm glad I had a number 30 jersey for our 30th episode. Again, so glad we were able to do this as well with you, Jackie, as our guest.
You. Yeah.
Thanks again for coming on and responding to me this morning.
Of course.
It's been amazing. And thanks again to the viewers as well. For tuning in every week at 4 o'clock on Mondays. I know it's not the most ideal time, but I'm glad you are all able to view at this time. And I hope to see you all next week, the 22nd at 4 o'clock for our second to last episode ever of the Moss Pod. Enjoy the beautiful weather and have an amazing week. Thank you, guys.
Bye.